A wooden palace had been built there 20 years earlier and was the furthest royal residence from the Kremlin. Moscow's foreign quarter lay between the Kremlin and the palace. At Preobrazhenskoye, the young Tsar Peter devoted himself to war games, forming the local boys into so-called toy regiments. They would one day grow up to become the famous Preobrazhensky Guards Regiment. A fragile balance was achieved, with Tsar Peter and his mother living at their country palace, and Sophia and Tsar Ivan living in the Kremlin. A double throne was made for the joint rulers with a small window at the back. During audiences with foreign ambassadors, advisors whispered to the young Tsars through the window, telling them what to say. Peter was clever but still young, while it was much harder for his half-brother Ivan. Like many of the children from Tsar Alexei's first marriage, Ivan suffered from poor health, possibly linked to scurvy, leaving him weak and lethargic. He also had some form of intellectual disability and was almost blind. These severe health issues left him with little enthusiasm or interest in governing the state. So Princess Regent Sophia ruled, with the help of her favorite and lover Vasily Golitsyn, who now bore the grand title Guardian of the Tsar's Great Seal and the state's great ambassadorial affairs. With Sophia's backing, Golitsyn worked out a breathtaking program of reform that was 150 years ahead of its time. Its starting point was the abolition of serfdom. But such radical ideas were impossible to realize at that time. Any attempt to free the serfs would have triggered a wholesale revolt of the nobles. Contemporaries called Vasily Golitsyn the Great. He favored Western-style reforms, spoke 5 languages fluently, was a superb diplomat, and had a great breadth of knowledge. What's more, he was said to be the most handsome man in Moscow. Sophia was completely in love with him and wrote to him almost every day. In her letters, she told him how she prayed for his good health and urged him not to exhaust himself with endless work. Her gratitude, she wrote, was impossible to express. Without him, none of her achievements would have been possible. Golitsyn urged Sophia to continue her brother Fyodor's reforms, but she never fully grasped the need for such changes. What's more, she faced stubborn opposition from the boyar nobles. Nevertheless, it was Sophia who opened Russia's first institute of higher education, the Slavonic Greek Latin Academy, based on the institute founded by Fyodor. Its first professors were 2 Greek brothers, both of them renowned scholars. A degree took 12 years. The main disciplines were Greek, Latin, grammar, rhetoric, philosophy, and theology. The academy was situated in the buildings of the Zaykona-Spassky Monastery. Today, it is the site of the Russian State University for the Humanities. The academy later spawned the Lomonosov Moscow State University, the Russian Academy of Sciences, and the Moscow Theological Academy.